Understanding matchmaking and its role in marital bliss. Simeon asked, is matchmaking a sin? In enjoying marital bliss, what role does matchmaking play? As a Christian, and in choosing your life partner, and there are some delays here and there, can you consider matchmaking? In this video, we shall consider the issues of matchmaking and the biblical perspectives. Matchmaking is the practice of connecting individuals of opposite sexes for the purpose of marriage. Different cultures, religions, and societies have diverse customs for marrying off their children. While some customs may seem primitive or unusual, others are considered refined and sophisticated. Primitive days. In ancient times, many parents consulted oracles, fortune tellers, stargazers, witch doctors, palm readers, and priests to discern whether couples were divinely meant for each other in marriage. Middle Ages. As societies evolved, families often employed intermediaries, or go-betweens, to arrange marriage proposals, seek parental consent, and conduct pre-wedding rituals and ceremonies. Contemporary days. With the advent of technology, many people use social media and the internet to find potential spouses, creating new opportunities for matchmaking. Matchmaking and Christian Christianity's teachings and practices have significantly influenced societal norms regarding marriage. Views on matchmaking within Christianity vary from conservative to liberal interpretations. Conservative Christianity. This perspective holds that the Holy Spirit should guide the choice of a life partner. Both men and women are encouraged to pray and seek divine revelation before making any move toward marriage. Liberal Christianity. This view accepts that God can use various means, including matchmaking, to fulfill marital needs. It acknowledges the many ways God can work in people's lives, emphasizing flexibility and openness to different methods. Biblical examples of matchmaking. 1. Isaac and Rebekah. Genesis 24. Abraham's servant prayed for guidance and found Rebekah, highlighting divine guidance and family involvement in matchmaking. 2. Jacob, Rachel, and Leah. Genesis 29. Jacob's search for a wife involved cultural practices of matchmaking and family arrangements despite complications. 3. Boaz and Ruth. Ruth 3-4. Naomi's guidance to Ruth exemplifies loyalty, kindness, and divine providence in bringing people together. 4. Esther and King Ahasuerus. Esther 2. Esther's marriage, advised by her cousin Mordecai, led to the salvation of the Jewish people, showcasing non-traditional matchmaking. These examples show that matchmaking, when conducted with respect for God's guidance, mutual consent, and cultural practices, can align with God's plan.
Personal advice on matchmaking. 1. Avoiding blame. Many Christians hesitate to act as matchmakers due to fear of being blamed if the marriage fails. Introducing someone with the caveat of praying and seeking compatibility can mitigate this fear. 2. Gratitude. Some couples who have been successfully matched express gratitude to their matchmakers, showing that matchmaking can lead to positive outcomes. 3. Not sinful. Matchmaking itself is not inherently evil or sinful. It is about connecting people, which is a natural part of life. The matchmaker should be prepared for any potential consequences. 4. Technology and social media. Modern technology can facilitate matchmaking. While some have had positive experiences, others have regrets. The key is to be ready to handle the outcomes. 5. God as the ultimate matchmaker. God initiated the first marriage by bringing Eve to Adam. He knows our past, present, and future and has good plans for us. Jeremiah 29-11. 6. Trust in God. Commit your ways to the Lord and trust Him to guide you in choosing your life partner. Prayer is essential in seeking divine direction. Matchmaking and marital bliss. The challenges of marriage are inevitable, regardless of how the marriage was formed. Instead of blaming the matchmaker or the past, focus on facing and overcoming marital issues with God's help. Marriage may have its thorns, but with perseverance and faith, challenges can be overcome. Some matchmaking stories. Story 1. Divine guidance and a happy union. Grace and John. Grace was a devout Christian who believed deeply in the power of prayer. She prayed for years for God to reveal her future husband to her. One day, her pastor introduced her to John, a new member of their church. The pastor felt a strong nudge from the Holy Spirit to introduce them. Grace and John took time to get to know each other, praying together and seeking God's will. They found they shared the same values and vision for life. Today, they are happily married and often credit their union to divine matchmaking and the faithfulness of their pastor. Story to online matchmaking success. Sarah and David. Sarah was hesitant about online dating but decided to give it a try after encouragement from friends. She created a profile on a Christian dating site and was soon matched with David. They spent months communicating online, discussing their faith and future goals. After meeting in person, their connection deepened. They both felt that God had used modern technology to bring them together. Sarah and David are now married with 2 children and often share their story to inspire others who are skeptical about online matchmaking.
Story 3. Family-initiated match Maria and Luis. In Maria's culture, family involvement in matchmaking is a long-standing tradition. Maria's parents introduced her to Luis, the son of their close friends. Initially, Maria was apprehensive, but she respected her parents' wisdom and agreed to meet Luis. They discovered a mutual respect and admiration for each other. Through prayer and spending time together, they found a strong emotional and spiritual connection. Maria and Luis believed that their parents' guidance and God's blessing played crucial roles in their successful marriage. Story 4. Friends and tuition. Rachel and Mark. Rachel had been single for several years and was focused on her career. Her friend, Lisa, noticed a potential match in Mark, a colleague from her Bible study group. Lisa introduced Rachel and Mark at a church event. Sensing they might be a good fit, Rachel and Mark hit it off immediately, sharing similar interests and a deep commitment to their faith. They dated for a year, during which they prayed and sought counsel from their church leaders. Today, they're a happily married couple, grateful for Lisa's intuition and God's guidance. Story 5. A Mother's Prayer. Anna and Tom. Anna's mother had been praying for her daughter's future husband for years. She met Tom's mother at a women's prayer group, and they quickly realized their children had a lot in common. After discussing it with their children, they arranged for Anna and Tom to meet. Both Anna and Tom were initially reluctant but agreed out of respect for their mothers. To their surprise, they felt an immediate connection and a sense of peace about their relationship. They continued to pray and seek God's will, and today they are married, thankful for their mother's prayers and matchmaking efforts. These stories illustrate that matchmaking can come in various forms, from divine guidance and family involvement to modern technology and friends' intuition. When approached with faith, prayer, and mutual respect, matchmaking can lead to fulfilling and blessed marriages. Pros and cons of matchmaking. Pros of matchmaking. 1. Experience advice. Matchmakers, whether professional or familial, often have a wealth of experience and can provide valuable guidance. 2. Reduce pressure. Having someone facilitate introductions can reduce the pressure and awkwardness often associated with dating. 3. Shared values. Matchmakers often pair individuals based on shared values, beliefs, and goals, which can lead to more compatible and fulfilling relationships. 4. Background checks. Matchmakers can vet potential matches, ensuring compatibility in areas like lifestyle, family background, and future plans.
5. Time saving. Matchmaking can save time by narrowing down the pool of potential partners to those who are more likely to be a good fit. Focused search. Matchmakers can provide a focused search based on specific criteria, avoiding the randomness of meeting people by chance. 6. Higher commitment. People using matchmaking services are often more serious about finding a long-term partner, leading to higher success rates. 7. Personalized matching. Personalized matching can increase the likelihood of finding a compatible partner compared to more generalized dating methods. 8. Respect for tradition. In cultures where arranged marriages are common, matchmaking can be a respected and accepted method. 9. Family support. Matches arranged or endorsed by family members often have the added benefit of familial support and acceptance. Cons of matchmaking. Point 1. High expectations. Matchmaking can create high expectations, putting pressure on both parties to make the relationship work. 2. Family influence. Family-involved matchmaking can sometimes lead to unwanted pressure or expectations to marry someone they might not have chosen independently. 3. Reduced autonomy. Matchmaking can sometimes limit personal choice and the natural process of falling in love. 4. Compatibility issues. Even with careful matching, there can still be issues of compatibility that only become apparent over time. 5. Professional fees. Professional matchmaking services can be expensive, making them inaccessible to some people. 6. Investment. Both financial and emotional investments can be high, especially if the matchmaking process is lengthy. 7. Blame for failure. If the relationship does not work out, the matchmaker may be blamed, which can cause strain in relationships between friends or family members who facilitated the match. 8. Scapegoating. It can be easy for individuals to blame the matchmaker rather than addressing the real issues within the relationship. 9. Modern skepticism. In some societies, especially where individual choice is highly valued, matchmaking might be viewed skeptically or as outdated. 10. Mismatch in expectations. Differing expectations between traditional matchmaking practices and modern relationship norms can cause conflicts. Conclusion. Matchmaking cannot be considered as a sin. It is a practice that can align with God's plan when approached with prayer, mutual consent, and respect for cultural practices. It can be a beneficial process for finding a life partner, offering guidance, support, and increased compatibility. However, it also comes with potential downsides such as pressure, reduced personal choice, and financial costs. Balancing these pros and cons can help individuals decide if matchmaking is the right approach for them. Trust in God and His guidance is paramount in finding and maintaining a fulfilling marriage.